what's up guys? Alright, so it's another gear day, except we're only mainly going to key focus on this Ultimate Support Genesis Series amp stand, model Amp-150. Holds 75 pounds worth of your behemoth amp. Now, I went in there for a few things, obviously. I have an Orange Crush 35 RT amp I got today, brand new, as well as a mic stand with a boom that I need. And it's funny, there's a lot of stuff I had. I got rid of, now I need it again. Anyways, well, things change, I guess. So, this is not the stand I was after, though. Actually, what I was after is what my Katana amp is on, which is a Yorkville stand that's fixed angle, but also adjustable in height. And that is my preferred choice. So, they apparently had one in stock, according to their computer, but couldn't be found. So, they let me try this one out and see if I like it. And if I don't, well, they'll have a replacement Yorkville one on Tuesday anyway, so we'll see. This one's kind of unique though and different because it also can hold a microphone so you can mic up your amp. Not that I do that or like to do that, however, the ability is there. Worst possible scenario, you use it for extra support if you've got a little bit taller amp. So I agreed, okay, I'll try this out and see what I think of it, and we'll give our opinion. So you can consider this a bit of an unboxing, test out, and review, I guess, what I think about it. So, in case this has to go back, we're going to be very careful with it. So we just open up the legs here. Let me just zoom out, okay? Like, I'm pretty sure I should have done that first, but I didn't. Sorry for that, guys. Okay. So once you get this contraption all unfolded, let's do this. Okay, so we got it here. We unfold the legs, and voila. And you would think that's it, but wait, there's more. There's this little red knob you got to turn underneath. And it's to lock the legs in place. So when you feel it click into place, so it'll be like this, and the legs can like move, right? So then you just make sure all the legs are down, click it, and it locks in place. And of course, this little guy here, you lift up on the orange piece, and voila, and you can take this cap off and screw on your mic boom to mic up your amp. So, let's get the chair out of the way here. Now, there is an adjustability for angle. So right now it's at its tallest length, so it's going to give you an angle that's not too bad. But if you need to make it go back even further, why yes you can in 2 more large stages. So let's grab the orange amp here. And that's all there is to it. So you could even have this down and out of your way, like so, with this amp anyway. Now, if you need more adjustability or tilt, and we're going to have to change the angle of our camera once again. So much fun we have when we're trying to do this. Okay, there we go. So, let me see if I can give you guys a side view of how the angle works on this thing. Okay, so right now we're sitting like this, and that's actually great for stage monitor, purposes or whatever you want to do, right? Now, if we push in the button at the back here, take it into the next stage, and we get a little bit more lean to it. And one more stage, and that's it. That's all you get. So it gives you a little bit more lean here, a little bit more lean there kind of thing. Depends on your use. Keeps it up off the floor, which is nice too, And it will hold up, they say, to 75 pounds. Which neither my Orange nor my Katana weigh anywhere near that. Okay? But, this is a closed back amp. Which, for a closed back amp, this is probably going to be absolutely great. Okay? But let's see what it's going to do for the Katana amp. Because if this works, I'll try it out at church tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'm actually taking my electric guitar with me. Because I'm playing that this weekend. Now the Katana amp's got a big open back on it. And you know what? That is a great height. Now the only drawback, of course, is going to be getting to the controls easier. Right now the way I have it set up on the stage, I just prop a book underneath it that's about 2 inches thick, and I can still get at my controls really well. So this thing doesn't go any more forward this way because it can't unless you propped it up. But you got to watch it if you do prop it, because then you start leaning your amp the wrong way. So it's going to be a weight distribution issue problem in that case. So what have I got here that's about 2 inches thick? Just in case. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Well, let's grab 2 inches worth of CDs. Actually, a little bit more than 2 inches. So yeah, that would be, it's not bad. Maybe there. That's not too bad. Put that cap back on. So if you needed any more straighter up, I would say you could get away with, just get away with about 2 inches at the back end to bring it up a bit more. So, but I like the idea of the fixed angle, adjustable height, because then you can do whatever you want. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll try it out over the weekend. Give it a good go. Also, I want to see where my placement of the orange amp is going to be in here. If this would be a better stand for it than the taller one, which is another reason why, you know, it gives me a few days to try this stand out to see if it's going to work for my needs. It's either going to work or it's not. So, that is yet to be told. However, now as far as price goes, like I said, Long and McQuaid is where I got this thing from, so I'm in Canada obviously. And this and the Yorkville are the exact same price. They're $54.99, which is pretty decent, you know. Let me change the angle of the camera up a little bit so we can kind of see, well, I can see any of you can see me better. So, portability wise, it is actually superior to the Yorkville because it is a tripod system. You know, you can fold this thing up. You can throw it in, you know, like your gig bag, whatever type of thing. It folds up really nice and compact. Something that the Yorkville is not going to do. So definitely a space saver. And if you need to save space in the trunk, go into your gigs, great, works perfect for that. If you need to save space basically on stage, you're not really chewing up that much more real estate between this and the Yorkville. The Yorkville will be a much more steadier unit on stage because of its leg design, and you'd be able to adjust the height. This you can't. It's a prefixed height. So, but this has the capability, of course, of getting a adapter. I guess it's a gooseneck or whatever, or just even a boom adapter might even work for you. Take the rubber cap off, screw it onto here, and then you can raise and lower up to about, well, what's that, about 10 inches? Somewhere around there. So you get about 10 inches up above, and you could use this to mic up your amplifier with a mic. A lot of people like to mic up their amps on stage. This is perfect. It saves you from having clumsy stuff kicking around, saves extra gear in the trunk too. So there are a lot of foreseeable benefits to this that I kind of really like. I would have hoped that the construction of the bottom base would have been all metal, because plastic kind of does make me nervous. I know it says, you know, it'll hold 75 pounds, and it probably does, but, you know, and I know we make pretty good plastics nowadays, which is fine too. It just kind of makes me, and see the legs will lock back in place when you return this in. But plastic does kind of make me a little bit nervous when you're talking about something that's going to get banged around a lot in the trunk kind of thing and back and forth with your gigs and whatnot. So I mean that's a bit of a concern, I would think, but it's all in how you treat your equipment. You treat it right, it treats you right, kind of deal, right? You know how it works. But I do like it. I think it's pretty cool. It is a neat design. I'm not overly concerned with saving an extra, maybe 16 square inches of space in this room. So, my preferred choice, like I said, is the Yorkville, and it's high enough that I can sit beside the amp, still get to my controls. With this, it's leaning. I'm going to have to bring it forward a lot further just to get access to the controls. But on stage use, I think this would be very practical. It would be very practical, too, for up-front stuff, where you're going to be really close to the amp. Then it would be beneficial, I guess, in that sense, right? It's kind of hard to say, really. We'll see how it goes this weekend. But it does claim to hold 75 pounds. Obviously, it holds the Katana, which is way heavier than the Orange, and nothing let go on it. You do have to remember to lock that thing down, otherwise, everything just kind of goes squish. But this is kind of neat because, you don't have to worry about these falling off. It's got a peened-on retainer clip that should stay there for plenty of years of service without any trouble, so that's cool. Rubber to protect your bottom of your amp. It's a neat design. I'll give it that. It is kind of really neat. I do like the fact that you can adjust the angle more back if you need to lean it back. But I think that's a little bit overkill. In a small space, okay, yeah, lean it back some more. But on a big stage, you don't want your speaker facing the ceiling. You want to get over top of your other instruments. You want to get into the crowd. I think the full-out position is probably going to be your best bet as far as the best angle goes for that, because by the time you figure out sound dispersion in the room, etc., etc., I think just the way it is fine. I do like the idea that if I did want to mic up an amp, I don't have to have extra junk in front of my amp, which is nice. It's just right here, boom, put an adapter on. Now there is apparently, I guess, a special adapter for this that you can buy separate, but they didn't have any of those in stock, or I probably could have even just borrowed one to try out. But either way, you can hook a mic boom up to this to mic up your amp in some form or another, I'm sure. Get creative, whatever. Honestly, it's hard to say. I mean, it is heavy-duty plastic construction on this brace, but I don't even know what's underneath all of this that's making this lock, if it's just plastic holding on metal or not. And, well, I'm not about to take it apart to find out, so, but it is kind of, it is different, and it's pretty thick plastic, so I don't know what the long-term durability on this thing would be. I guess it really does boil down to, as long as you're taking care of it and not beating the snot out of it and chucking it like it's, garbage, in and out of your vehicle, then, you should get plenty of years of use out of it. I don't see why not. But, yeah. And I do really like the portability factor. So if I was gigging, around parks and going to bars gigging and stuff like that, then, yeah, I'd say this is pretty darn ideal. And it is a space saver in the vehicle compared to the Yorkville stand, okay, which is all fixed and a lot bulkier, okay? But it depends on what you're after, I guess. So, for the kind of people that would actually really be after something like this, I would probably say, and you're going to treat it with respect, of course, like anything else. You treat your stuff with respect. I don't know, I'd probably say this is probably going to be, I don't know. You know what, I'm going to tell you what. We're going to leave this as an unboxing and first impression. I'm going to use this over the weekend. I'm going to use it in church tomorrow. And then I'm going to cut a video, probably Sunday night or Monday. Okay? I'll do the whole review on this. I want to try it playing live on stage, and I want to see just how practical this thing really is. And then I'll give you my final verdict on what I truly think about it. How's that sound, guys? Pretty good? Yeah, me too. In the meantime, I'm going to set it up in here. because I got to get this orange amp set up for the night, and then I got to get my katana prep for tomorrow. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching and checking out this video. If you already know about these things and you're kind of interested in one, I mean, you can get them from Long McQuaid in Canada, or if you're not in Canada, probably any music store that carries this thing. It's called the Ultimate Support Genesis Series Amp Stand Model Amp-150. They have other stands too. They have, I think, well, yeah, it looks like just 4, 1, 2, 3. They got like 4 different types of guitar stands here. Kind of unique little headpieces on them, plus the amp stand. So, yeah. Genesis Series support arms. That's kind of funny. When you look at the tag here, it actually says Genesis Series guitar stand. Locking leg system. Yet it's listed as an amp stand on the website, and it's Amp-150, and they talk about it being an amp stand. So that's kind of weird that would say that it's a guitar stand. Alright, curiosity has me too, guys. So, there, I'm not going to put an electric guitar in there yet. Oh, I wouldn't suggest using that for your guitar, because this collar is going to go right into your back of your guitar. No, that definitely an amp stand. I don't care what that says, that's definitely an amp stand. So, and their website says it's an amp stand, and the box says amp stand, but yet this front little paper thing says Genesis Series guitar stand. And then it says down here, amp stand with legs. I don't know, that's kind of weird. But don't put a guitar on it, because obviously it's not a good idea. Well, that's all I got for today, so that's interesting. Gotta love that weird paperwork. Do they even show a picture of that adapter? Oh, it just says add your boom arm, period. So I guess you can just use your own boom arm. I was talking to the guy at Long McQuaid, and he said there was like a special boom for it, but I guess there really isn't. So, because it just says add your boom arm. We'll have to try that. But not right now. Anyways, see you later. I'm out of here. Have fun. Catch ya.